G'day, welcome back to my Oxygen Not Included playthrough, as we continue to just sort of survive, I guess. So, got a fair bit of polluted water sitting in this room that I guess I'm going to have to clear out again soon. Where is that going to? Yeah, I've switched that, so that now heads north up into this, because that's not emptying anywhere near fast enough to warrant getting it in there. Not that we necessarily need it in there anyway. Alright, so we're still working on building this guy. One thing I just wanted to have a quick look at as well. How are we actually doing with our research with our last few things? How much did we actually get back? So, I mean, they're slowly sort of chipping through. Hopefully, if this new rocket with its many research modules helps, we can sort of push through that. This guy. So, colony summary. So, I was having a look at the different achievements that I don't yet have. I suppose there's a few things in there I could try and work on to tame. Is that ongoing at the same time? Because I would have thought that I would have had a Draco at some point. Maybe not tame one. The one that I was looking at, this one I definitely would need to manufacture in some way. It's the I would have to sort of target that, but the one I was looking for was the 10 cycles in a row. Have every duplicant in the colony complete at least one chore while wearing an exosuit. All dupes completed an exosuit errand for cycles. Dupes who completed exosuit errands this cycle. So in theory, I would only need one dupe to do that. And I was thinking what I could do is try and like save the game, get rid of everyone, and just have one dude. And with that one guy, get him to do an exosuit errand for 10 days. And then just sort of like cheekily grab that achievement. Thoughts? Is that gonna work? Okay, let's have a look at what we got going on down here. Just remember where we're at. So he's got no intake. This guy's pressure right. So at the moment, what we're trying to do is get rid of the carbon dioxide out of here. But this guy's struggling because he's got too much pressure out here because we're at like what 20 kilos of pressure. Really what we need to do is just possibly just sort of extend that further away. It's just more annoying because there's so much like there's not that much left in here. Like there's only I suppose what 4 kilos per square. We want to get this moving soon. So we've got now assumably that's unreachable. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll copy this and we'll just make a bit of a ladder across there so we can get that built. So that's fine. Now I think that section of this was built. It was just more the connections to all of this stuff. So this guy's got no liquid output, which is just that if I look at this guy up here, it's just literally a straight pipe down. Go insulated because I think we want it to stay hot. Go down, 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 down. We copy that guy. Granite, that's iron ore, so that's good. Okay, then what we need is the gas pump. We don't need to actually have anything working with, I don't think, because the gas pump's actually to do with getting steam out, which I don't think that we need to sort of give any focus to on this one at the moment. So I'm not sure I even need him at this point. Okay, then this guy just needs liquid intake. So we've got that part going. And what it will be is that we will we'll claim this one. So I, 'cause, 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 ' This guy's currently dropping in and out of power, I think. So have a quick pause and look at that, because we definitely don't want that happening. Why is that guy dropping in and out of power? Someone using the crusher? That's one thing that we definitely don't want. It's just that this guy's dropping to 0 from time to time, but why is he struggling so much? There's only 2 things on his whole connection. See, he builds sort of back up to 4,000, then he immediately like drops out of it. I don't fully get what is causing that to. What's making me feel like I don't at all understand the way that this operates. Like, why is that 4,000 just like, because that's 1,200, that's 240. I can see the full purple line, so there's not even like 4,000 worth of things that are connected onto that network that should be sort of draining that. That cable's starting to like excess burn though. Is it that I've used the wrong sort of connectors for these wires? Is there more than one bridge? Because I haven't used a wire bridge. I've used a conductive wire bridge, right? Conductive wire bridge, conductive wire bridge. And that's still sitting just at 0. It's grief. Now it's back to 4,000. Is it just that there's not enough power, like, through the entire network that everyone's starting to sort of just occasionally suffer? Your story. What pipe is blocked for you? Right, so it has come that is so successfully build that this oxygen isn't pumping. Now, is that a problem? Possibly. I mean, it's not like we can really push that oxygen out anywhere else. But I suppose I don't really want to. I think that that this is more for the oxygen. So if that's not like doing it, then fine. Like, let's just live without like the power that guy's producing, or is that power now just such an integral part of what our system does that things are blacking out if they're not working? So what's going on here? Have you finished your limit? Great. Okay, so 400 has been reached with that guy, and just checking, he's got 300, so he can take a hold of a full 900. So what we'll do now is we'll change that limit to 500 and reset the amount. Get that guy going again. Really, there must be somewhere where we need oxygen. Cute little outfit. Anyone not wearing a snazzy suit? A bunch of people not wearing a snazzy suit. Alright, Ari is top of the list. You can go that one. No, I'm pretty sure that was alphabetical. Okay, so at what point are we saying that this is enough water in here? Probably enough. this stage, I'd say. Let's go insulated pipe, run that down to here, and then we will grab that pipe there and say deconstruct, and that pipe there, and I'll deconstruct that as well. And we will just say disable building on him too, because we don't want him started just yet. Deconstruct that. I mean, I do really want to get this started, so maybe I do have to just push this out. I mean, I wonder if it's just as simple as just knocking out some granite or something and allowing some of these spots to just sort of almost... Like, if I destroy a square, does that then mean that it's available for oxygen to sort of take its place? So say if we do this and then go straight across here like that, and then we say dig, and just dig out all of that and deconstruct that guy. Does that sort of, like, when these spots come up, see that they're like 13 kilograms. Which hopefully just means that the carbon dioxide that should sink a bit can push down a little bit and allow this guy to high pressure push. Not all the way up there yet. Getting there though. Oh, you can see this guy started to pump. Turners. Oh man, who wants to... A bit of crude oil that's ended up in that. Where did that come from? Is that from this move? You do also, by the way, need to get this guy going. I guess for the sake of the water in here. So let's enable him, because the thing that will happen is that he won't be hot for a while. And in that period where he's not hot, the carbon dioxide can continue to get punched out. Go back to our gas. We can see that's sort of moved through nicely now. He's at 50. So what do I say? 900 go maximum. It's just past 400. So if we went back to him, so he's just over 400. We can see this guy's already pushed through 50. If we say reset and then make that 480. It's assuming that there's 20 already in the pipes, which should be less than that. Should get him to his sort of full steam potential. And when it comes to our star map, his max range is 4,500 at the moment. This is a distance of 10,000. Should just be able to make it with a full tank. I assume that having so many more research modules on him has made him a heavier ship to move. Man, even our steel up here is... That's just metal, is it? Oh no, it is steel. Taking a beating. Okay, so this guy and this guy, you can see we're all sort of struggling with power now, which does make me feel like we do need some more going on, because potentially, yeah, these guys are idle because our natural gas down here currently isn't pumping. So they're getting through like chump change. Because the only thing they're getting is from this guy. These guys are getting idle because there's not enough space for oxygen to go. And you can see that this is all pretty, like, maybe what I'll do in a way to attempt to sort of, like, encourage more going on is let's, that lead. Can I just up the pressure of these vents? Just really push out some more oxygen. Let's, deconstruct that guy. Put a 9 priority on it just so we can get it done. Gossman. Then we'll just jack up the pressure so it can continue to push out air with a bit more significance. We want these guys to be like high on the amount of oxygen that they're getting to breathe. We'll do the same thing with this one because it's low in the base too, so it should sort of all push up. And this will come back to haunt me if I do reach a point where I have no where I have not enough oxygen. But obviously the three sort of the 3 oxygen generator system looks to be working a treat. So we've got that one going. Let's do this one as well. Hopefully they replace these fast enough that we've still have oxygen in the base. There we go, that one's coming in. And so I would say that you can now see that ventilation here is just going to continue to sort of push along, though both of these guys sort of sharing that way. But he'll get divided through that one. May as well sort of do them all while we're at it. Let's mop up that spill there too. Now open the airlocks now. They're just going to get blasted out with the amount of air pressure behind them. Going to give them so much oxygen, it's going to be uncomfortable. I think that's all of them. So that should at least keep this system going to keep our keep the lights on. Still, they're dropping off. So where are you getting power from? This guy also is sort of a similar struggle. It seems like the ones that are actually using power are draining that power heartily. Now, does that mean that what I need to do is bring in a second oil refinery? 2 reasons. Number one, the oil refinery will generate a little bit of natural gas that I can use to sort of keep these guys going a little bit more. Like, so you can see at the moment they're getting that tiny little bit of gas from him. If we try and increase that. Secondly, he is running off this long supply of gas that is still sitting that deep under gas, which I mean isn't that deep. Significantly fuller, right? So, I mean, potential good and bad there. Like, we could get this guy going. We could have a second one going to sort of keep the lights on for now. But and is that going to cause us a sort of short-term issue? Well, I mean, we've got a short-term issue. Sorry, a long-term issue. We've got a short-term issue right now, though, that we can't maintain the power because everything is starting to be over-successful. At least these guys are now sort of pumping a bit more constantly. Let's mirror this room here. So if we go you just basically just go copy 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, wait, am I doing it the right way? No, because I sort of want the ladder on this side, don't I? Let's quickly cancel that. So I actually want it facing the same way. No way that I can just sort of just drag and go copy this, is there? Be so lucky. So go straight down here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then it's down one more across. Well, that's the ladder there. The ladder goes there. There's no real need for this gap. We can skip in that gap. Just go. I will have the one anyway. 4 across. 1, 2, 3 up. So that one. We let them continue to work while I'm doing this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 4, 6, 7, 8. Then the wall. And the wall comes down to meet this guy. Actually, I realized the reason I was going to flip this room around the other way wasn't because it was, like, because that makes it slightly more awkward for them to access, but it meant that this was going to be on the, on this wall side. I mean, it doesn't matter, we can just have them face the same way. So it must be that these are struggling because the gross amount of electricity that I'm making does not equal the amount that I'm outputting. I wonder if there's a chart somewhere that shows me. Power use. Power use. There. For power generated. Oh, so these are the ones where what the exclamation means. They'll tell me if it's bad. Idleness is where they'll actually show it to me, which I don't think I need that. Good to see what the power use is versus the power, yeah, generated. If that's what my problem is. I've got to assume that's what it is. This is dangerous. If this reaches a point where that room becomes... like, it hasn't held long enough that that steam starts to turn back into water, then... we then go back into waiting a long time for stuff to get sorted out. So let's dig out this. Leave that ladder in there for now while building is underway. We'll copy the... Do I have plastics? I do still. Good. So let's give these guys plastics. And we can probably say to deconstruct that one guy there too. We can also dig out that, because anyone who's in here... Well, I was going to say I could use that ladder to get up there, but I mean, no one even needs to get up there anymore anyway. Now, perfect. I forgot to check that. Allowed me to create a vacuum in there, so we can deconstruct this guy. We can deconstruct that. It's really not happy about none of that operating though. It's also annoying that I can't just fit a second power transformer in this room. That's the heavy wire down there though, so let's have a look at what we get to bring in here. Let's grab some plastics. I wonder where old mate is and how he looks in his new fancy duds. So let's grab, the size of that is, what, 3? Let's just copy one of these and go 3 high. I don't need to be too high, really. Cancel that one. Dig out those 2. Copy this guy. Flip him around. Copy that. Run that in here. And then conductive wire, copy that. And then go 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. And then straight up that guy. And then let's just straight up deconstruct what he's currently got, because he's turning off so often anyway, it doesn't even matter. Deconstruct. Just in case the issue is that they're like sort of pulling too much power from the same one. Let's give them a separate one to work off. Alright, so next we've got to get this full of water. I think the easiest way to do that is, it doesn't much matter what kind of water it is. And we've got this water here. We've got that water there. So we could either pull water from here, or we could pull water from there. What do we want? Clean water? Dirty water has a higher sort of like load. This is about to hit maximum there anyway, so let's this guy across. What's coming out of that tube? Nothing. It's that guy down the bottom. I don't really need that wiring at all. Is he operating over here? Oh, is that where he sends water out? Right. Let's just go this guy because he's the closer, easier one, I'd say. If we go straight down, and then we go liquid bridge, jump, jump, not double jump. can't go jump from jump. Okay, so let's cancel that one. Cancel that one. And then go back to plumbing, liquid bridge, jump there. Oh no. Well, I mean, that works still. I can just... Should have done it the opposite way. And vent. Now, it probably would be a good idea that before that's fully in place, we probably want to have the floor built for this section. So thank you, Turner, for getting on that. Now, with that change, you're saying no power. So that's not helping at all. It's helping this guy. Just that guy's not got power. So why have you not got power? Just you getting drained? Guy's holding a little bit better. I mean, he's still struggling, but this guy's just a flat 0. Nothing's getting to him. Why is that? See any reason why? We got him around the wrong way? I've got him around the wrong way. That'll be why. Alright, deconstruct. Let's put that as a 9. We've just looked at any other one that I've got to answer that. Let's give these 8, just so that they do get built first. Get some speed up going here, just so we can get these little extra tasks done. How's this guy doing for count? So he's let another 160 through. Hopefully next time, and with this extra speed building, we are... Did I say deconstruct? Did I not put that order in? Deconstruct with a 9. Great, so that floor's now in there. Just need that pipe section built there. That's gone, so let's go copy, flip him around, copy that, just let him sort of extend them out. Anyone got iron ore? Stinky? Always reliable. Here it comes. What we'll want to do is once we've got, I guess, this to a certain point, what we just cut the cable at this end and then let the rest of it run down. So you don't want it to be too full, just in the hopes that we don't have too much spillage. Alright, we're off and running. Now you've currently got nothing because there's nothing connected into you. I'm tempted to deconstruct you just so I stop thinking that there's a reason, like that there's actually something wrong with you. How are we looking? Spaceship. So just about 600. Made it to it. And based on this guy, yeah, looks like we're even on the count. Because what we don't want is steam being stuck in the vent. Now I would imagine that this guy here is almost exclusively just sending back polluted water. Like you can see at the moment, nothing is making it through the test of the like the clean water, and in part that's just based on where this guy's located in the setup. Now, in a way, I'm not too, like, sad about it. It's two different tasks that he's achieving then, even if he's not filling the water. The fact that he's cooling the water might actually help the other one. Sorry, the fact that he's cleaning the water might help the other one see more clean water, and vice versa. Like, both of them now working, except this guy is not operating at all. One's made a mess. Got yourself stuck. You have got yourself stuck. Okay, well, all we've got to do is dig out that one square. I'm free. So still it's just on and off. This guy's still on and off as well, so requirement of this build is very important. It's interesting that other ones just seem to be going sort of pretty okay, but I guess something like, say, that is just operating this guy here, so he'll be pumping. It's just that he won't and he's operating that. But you can see, yeah, he's also hitting 0. So it's a station-wide issue we've got there. Alright, now I've let that guy go way too high. So what we need to do now is get in there and deconstruct that with great prejudice. And hopefully what we then see is just the liquid runs out of the pipe south. Done. And then we can say deconstruct liquid pipes. Those guys, that guy, that one, all of that. Done. And when we come back next time, we can start to clear the carbon out of that room. And hopefully get another refinery, which might solve some of our issues. Alright. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. If you've got another idea for what I should be doing for my electrical problems, feel free to mention that too. And am I causing any issues by having these high-pressure gas vents? Will that eventually cause a problem? Or, like, are they going to hate how much oxygen there is pressurizing in their base? Or are we going to be okay? So many questions, so little time. A whole lot of people hanging around over here, though. But yeah, until next time, catch you later.